Every hour and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Deji 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories, use them to make the right decisions.
Hello, it's good to have you join us on Cold Harges Extra this morning, if you're just tuning in. And this is our discussion segment where we'll be taking a look at some issues. But this time, take a look at elections matter, elections, issues surrounding the elections and the build-up to March 28 presidential election and April 11. Joining us to talk about elections 2015, matters arising. I have a very important personality in the house this morning. He's a politician and a businessman as well. And of course, he's joining us now is Deji Doherty, former acting National Vice Chairman Southwest. Thank you for joining us in the studio this morning.
Good morning, Frank.
Yeah, good morning. I must say, you look great. More like a politician or businessman.
Both combined. Both combined. I always try to look good, you know, so it's part of me. It has been part of me since I was in school. You know, I'm quite meticulous when it comes to appearance.
So how do you combine both, on a lighter mode now, how do you combine both being a business man and a politician as well?
Well, you know, I've been in private business, you know, I've been in a business on my own for close to about between 25 and 30 years, you know, so it's something that I have gone through. You know, a lot of businessmen know me out there. You know, I've been through the ups and downs of business. I've been successful, I've seen it. Failed businesses, I've seen it. You understand? So, we thank God we're able to lift our heads up high and work our ways through the ups and downs of business. So, I think in terms of business, we're on the cruising stage. So,
interesting. I must say we'll come into that. I want us to talk more about that maybe later, because I understand that a lot of people are into politics, and then we don't get to hear what they do before they come into politics. We just see them in politics. But we're going to talk more about that. But let's take a look at some national pressing issues.
Okay.
Today, INEC says they have distributed about 82% of PVCs, and of course, we are also hearing that what they want to use like card readers may not be accepted. Some people are kicking against it. That again is a big concern. In all of these, what are you impressed by the preparation so far to the 2015 election?
Well, thank you for asking this question. I think I've had this question asked a couple of times. You know, a lot of us are educated in Nigeria, right, Nigerians? Well, a lot of us are educated. So it is very, I think it is very unethical for INEC to bring up the issues of card readers at this particular point in time. This election that we're going for in 2015 is a very crucial election. It's an election that is very sensitive. It has been a very sensitive one. And if you can recall, the issue of the PVC was something that I think everybody embraced. You know, which was a permanent voter's card. You know, everybody wanted a permanent thing because we all knew that we had a temporary card with us. Now, the procedure of picking your temporary voter's card was, let us say, 85% acceptable to everybody.
Okay.
You understand? And I think it was extended once or twice, but 85% of people received their temporary voter's card. And it was all done at the polling units. So it was a clear-cut thing.
All right.
In the issue of the PVC, it had started to have hiccups even right from the beginning. I give you an example. Up till today, some people haven't received their PVCs. And the PVCs, those of us that have collected our PVCs from other locations that are not the polling units where we got our TVCs. You understand? So there has been quite a lot of problems that have been coming up with the distribution of the PVCs. Then, for INEC to state in front of the whole nation that the 14th of February was a date that they wanted to conduct this election, and knowing a couple of weeks before that they had not distributed these PVCs in a lot of states, in a lot of states.
All right.
Why will they still stick to that February 14? I think that is a fundamental reason to ask and audit INEC itself.
But they are saying that, of course, that February 14 is gone. As you and I know, it's already gone. But we're looking at the reschedule
what
now.
Of if Nigerians, what of if Nigerians were not patient people?
Okay.
What of if you had that kind of thing in a country like Egypt, you know, or a country that is so into riots and into protests and things like that?
Okay.
What if Nigerians were not understanding people? What would have happened?
But with the postponement now, of course, we now know that, okay, everyone should prepare, go and get your PVC now. But the level of PVC gotten now or distributed now, but the question is, are you impressed with the level of PVC distributed at this time?
Well, if what
at 82%,
if what INEC is saying is anything to go by, then 80-something% collection of PVC is still okay to conduct the election. But that is not even really the point. You see, remember that the issuance of PVC was something that was ongoing for a long time. A lot of people did not know anything about card reader. The card reader was thrown into the sequence a few weeks to February 14.
No, of course it's been there. They've been talking about that. This is
no. They were talking about electronic voting.
Okay.
Which the card reader is also part.
Which is part of. Which it was part of.
Let me tell you how it works. The card reader, the PVC is the first step. The second step is the card reader. The third step is the electronic voting.
Exactly.
The electronic voting has been thrown out.
Yes,
you
of
understand?
course. Of course, INEC said we can no longer, we're not going to go on electronic voting anymore.
Okay.
Let's go with card readers. But with the card readers, it is to ensure that nobody comes twice to be accredited, because they are saying it's not even for voting, but they are saying it is only to accredit, you know, individual voters who comes to the polling unit to vote. Don't you think that will reduce the fear of rigging or someone coming to be accredited twice and want to vote again?
I'm happy that you are briefed on this. You said something now. Why do you have a card reader? You tell me. You just said it now.
Yes, of course. What
to
according
authenticate.
Yes, according to INEC.
It's to authenticate.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, thank you very much.
Whether the voter
Yes.
is the real actual owner
Yes.
of that PVC
Of
or
that
not,
PVC.
according to INEC. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. You have made my explanation very clear.
All right.
This is a PVC.
Okay, this is yours. All
This
right.
is mine. Right? This PVC can only be authenticated by this barcode.
All right.
Do you agree with me?
Of course I do.
This PVC, Nigerians, please look at this. This PVC can only be authenticated by this barcode.
All right.
The PVC can be cloned.
Are you sure it can be cloned? Because
The PVC can be cloned, but the barcode cannot be cloned.
all right.
If you clone this PVC, the barcode is the one that will tell you whether this PVC has been cloned or not.
So do you agree if someone goes now to clone this PVC
Yes.
and comes to vote,
Yes.
probably wants to, you are in the PDP, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
And probably wants to vote with that clone PVC.
Yes.
Is to disallow such malpractice.
Okay,
at
thank
the
you.
at the
Thank you.
voting
You are
point.
making my point.
Isn't it?
You are making my
but the
point.
question I'm asking you
Yes.
is,
No, let's take it from that point.
are you impressed that INEC?
I am
do
showing
you agree
you
with
why
that
I'm
PVC?
not impressed,
Okay.
because the technicalities is totally wrong.
Okay.
You have just said that if someone comes with this PVC, a cloned PVC, that machine is supposed to tell them that that PVC is wrong, is a cloned one, isn't it?
Exactly.
Now, tell me, please tell me, at that polling booth, you have the hard copy of all registered voters with their pictures, their biodata, everything right at that polling unit. If I come with or without a cloned PVC, if the machine does not accept me and I request to look in the hard copy and I see my picture there, please, can you tell me whether you're going to allow me to vote or not? So tell me, why do you need the card reader?
Okay, let me ask you, why are you against the card reader?
Listen, it's not a matter of being against the card reader.
All right.
Do you understand? Let me tell you what it is. The technicalities is totally wrong, false, and fraudulent.
So what you're saying, that INEC shouldn't have introduced the card reader
No,
at
it's
this
not that
point?
they couldn't have introduced. A card reader that's supposed to be introduced must be swiped,
Okay.
like your ATM card,
All right.
for it to tell me that I have been authenticated.
Okay.
A card reader, you cannot scan from a card and then tell me to bring a thumbprint. And that card reader is not attached to a computer or something.
So what you are saying that now is that cannot prevent rigging or any malpractice?
Forget the issue of rigging. The card reader that we are talking about now does not do anything. The only thing it does, I can tell you, is create a make-believe whereby that card reader and INEC are the ones that can determine who wins an election. Either way, that card reader has now taken the onus
All right.
from the people. It has taken it to the electronic person that has loaded the card reader. Because what INEC says is that the card reader will send a signal
Okay.
to the server
Exactly.
as to how many people have voted, how many people are not voting, and or whatnot. You understand? Now, tell me, what INEC says over there, are you seeing it? whatever has happened on God knows how many millions of polling units in Nigeria, what happens at the polling units? Do you see it at INEC?
Okay.
You don't see it. I don't see it. Nobody sees it.
Okay.
But INEC can tell you this is what they got from the air. You understand? So either way, if PDP wins or if APC wins, it is not clear. I'm not talking in terms of it being a PDP problem or an APC problem. I'm talking about it being a Nigerian problem. Because I won't believe, because I'm not there. What I can see is what is happening right there at the polling booth. Do you understand? I cannot see what INEC is going to tell me about my polling booth. So we can say that there are 200 people that voted at my polling booth. And, you know, this number of people voted for PDP, this number of people voted for APC. You understand? And then INEC can tell you that on its own record, not 200 people were authenticated. It was 115.
Oh, okay.
But how do you know that that 115 is what INEC has recorded?
Okay, one more question, then we can move to another issue. In all of these that INEC has put in place, if you were to score INEC, on what rate, how many percentage will you give to INEC with all of this preparation, PVC, card reader, and all of that to this election?
I think, without mincing words, INEC is about to fail the nation. Without mincing words.
Why did you say so, sir?
Because there are too many ambiguities that are coming up. There are too many questions to be answered. That even let me give you an example. I attended the demo,
The test run.
And the rec was there from Lagos State. You understand? And they called about 5 people from, you know, different places to bring their voter's card, and I brought mine. And when I got to the part where they were scanning and showing people that, look, it works, it works.
Exactly.
The people, the majority of people that stood there, I looked at them, they didn't even understand what that card reader was doing. Immediately they took the photograph of the PVC and they showed it to them. They said, and that was it. They left.
Okay.
You understand? Whereas some other people that understood knew that they were going to put their thumbprint. Now, tell me, how does a scanned photograph and a thumbprint, how does it synchronize? How do you synchronize a scanned photograph and a thumbprint? I want to know the technology that INEC or the card reader company is using to synchronize the photograph with the thumbprint and getting an authentication. I want to know. I'm an engineer. I want to know the technology whereby not a barcode. Once it's the barcode will have your thumbprint in it.
All right.
Do you understand? So that log will authenticate your thumbprint if it is the barcode you have swiped. But you scanning, you understand? Tell me, you scanning and you using your thumbprint, that does not work at all. Then I will ask you one more question. Why do you have a barcode at the back of your PVC if your card reader does not need it?
Oh,
Tell me why.
Are you asking me a question or INEC? I'm not an INEC. I'm the presenter here, so I should be asking you questions.
You see, these are questions that you journalists, let me say something about journalists.
Okay. Because in all of this, I'm asking you a question if you're impressed with all the things INEC has done. And you say you're not impressed.
I'm not.
Come 28 March, will you go out there and vote?
I definitely have to go out and vote. Okay. I definitely have to go and see that my polling booth is won. Okay. You understand? By PDP. But whether the result comes in as PDP winning or APC winning is not going to make a difference to what I think.
Should the tide turn against your party, PDP, would you consider it as a malpractice?
Yes, I will. And if it goes in favor of PDP too, I will also think it's malpractice.
Why?
Because
your party?
Yeah, because you see, the system is wrong. The system in judging is wrong. So when the judge itself is questionable, you understand? What do I know that anybody, I can only tell about what's happening here in Lagos.
So if your party wins, should your party wins come March 28, you will consider it as rigging?
What I'll consider it as is that it might not be the true picture of what should happen. If APC wins, the same thing. Because it is you see, the system, you cannot build something on nothing. If I stand here and say, oh, if PDP wins, then I will accept everything was okay. No, I am saying it now before. We are going to win, because I'll tell you the only reasons why I believe PDP is going to win.
PDP will win?
PDP is going to win because PDP has been in government for 16 years, number one. PDP is the biggest party in the country, in the whole nation, and in the whole of Africa. 2, 3, PDP is the only party for those past 16 years that has grassroots representation. That means on every corner and every street, you have PDP represented there. You understand? 4, PDP also has a vast program going for it.
Okay, let's quickly pick up this call. Hello, good morning. This is called Just Extra. Where are you calling from, and tell us your name? Hello? Hello? I think we lost our first caller there.
So, like I was saying, if you look at the infrastructures and everything that PDP has on ground, PDP definitely will win. And PDP is in government. PDP has done a lot of things, even though maybe the media didn't carry as much as they have carried within the past 2-3 months now. You understand? But if you look at the different sectors, education, transport, health, economy, everything, PDP has done better than average. We are not there yet. We are not there yet.
Okay, let's quickly pick up this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning. This is Ikena from Lagos.
Yeah, Ikena from Lagos. Go ahead with your contribution.
Thank you very much, the presenter. You are doing a nice job.
Thank you.
I want to say something to this PDP rep. One thing that you fail to understand is that we, in 2011, we came out massively and voted for Goodluck. He told us he has no shoe, he has no back, he knows what we feel and whatsoever we are, and we voted for him. But the reason that an average Nigeria is clamoring for change, APC change, is not that the APC is the perfect party, but because it changed the government that has failed to deliver. The PDP can be the largest party in Africa, but the vote of the masses will dictate who will win. And the only way that can guarantee is through free and fair election, which the card reader will dictate that that election is free and fair. You cannot manipulate. You cannot go and just write votes. You cannot smash a PVC card and distribute to people to go and vote on that day. You have to pass through the accreditation of the electronic vote of the card reader. And the card reader is a process. It's not an electronic vote. It's a process of voting. Voting is when you use your finger thumb and tap on the paper, ballot paper, and put it. That's what voting is. And you people cannot be deceiving Nigerians. You people are clamoring that you don't want that because it will block all the loopholes that you people are using for the election.
Okay, all right. Okay, we got to let you go now. Thank you.
Immigration recruitment.
Okay. All right, we have to let you go now. Hello, can you hear me? we just have to let you go now because more callers, we're expecting more people to call on the show. Thank you very much.
Well, you see, he mentioned a few things there, and that you're talking about failed promises.
All right.
What were the promises Jonathan made? And what has he failed? If you ask them that, you see, that's what propaganda does. Propaganda makes you, when you lie and lie and lie and lie, you now believe the lie. Or when you hear the lie and lie and lie, then you believe the lie. In terms of transport, has Jonathan delivered? He has delivered. In terms of, even up to the rail, he has delivered. So the people in the grassroots know. But you see, if Jonathan was that kind of president that used the presidential money to propagate himself, what he should do is paste his face on all the coaches that are running the whole of this country, so that people will know. And that's what Nigerians want. Okay. You understand?
Okay, let's also quickly pick up this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Where are you calling from? And tell us your name.
My name is Mark. I'm calling from Igodo.
Okay, Mark from Igodo. Please go ahead with your contribution.
Sorry?
Go ahead with your contribution. Hello?
Yeah, please, I want to speak to that security man.
Just go ahead. He can hear you.
Okay. Actually, the government of Jonathan have really tried. Just that people are castigating and working against him on this issue of things that he's doing. People don't like Putin. They need somebody that will cause trouble, somebody that will use intimidation. We don't want that kind of government. We don't want people that harass people, like all the FCC. We don't want them. We want a genuine person, a responsible person. So somebody like Jonathan should just go ahead and pay people of Nigeria. And I'm assuring you, he will get the vote. People will support him. He's coaching Boko Haram now. He's doing a lot of things.
All right. Thank you very much, Mark, for calling.
Mark, thank you very much. You see, let me explain something. He mentioned Boko Haram.
Okay.
This is a man that sent the... when you see people that are patriotic, you need to embrace them. Jonathan sent the army into Boko Haram territory with less average tools. They went into the Boko Haram Sambisa forest. They went to attack the Boko Haram people there. You understand? They killed them. They slaughtered them. They taught them a lesson. What the opposition did, the APC did, was to go and write to the international community that there was genocide happening in the Boko Haram territories. That the Nigerian, that Jonathan should be taken to The Hague for genocide and human rights. And that is why Jonathan had to slow down and bring in the African United Force to come and work with him. Now, they cannot hold the African Union. You understand? They cannot hold the African Union.
Okay, let me quickly, let's quickly pick up this call. Let me hold it there, Deji. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Please, could you turn down the volume of your TV set?
Hello?
Please, could you turn down the volume of your TV set? You can talk to us.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Where are you calling from? Tell us your name first.
Okay, I'm Akim, from Baja.
Okay, Akim, please go ahead with your contribution.
Hello?
Go ahead with your contribution.
Hello, Akim.
Okay. So what happened is that I just want to contribute to this discussion. This man saying that they don't want the cash card readers to be used on the election day because they have, BTP have used billion to purchase PCC. And now you know that if they use card readers, they will not be able to rig the election with their purchase PCC.
Okay, do you have a fact? Do you have a fact, sir?
PCC. So basically the use of card readers. So we Nigerians, the INEC
Hello?
They have spawned the card readers, and the people have satisfied they are very good. Even on AIT 2 days ago, one of the INEC officials came with the card reader, and he tested it with the AIT staff.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
So,
You didn't watch that. You didn't watch it very well. It didn't work.
Because why we use the card readers.
Okay, let me ask you. You said PDP, it's purchasing, PVC. Do you have your proof, sir?
We are the masses of this country. I know colleagues of mine, about 3 of them that they have approached, and they should bring their PVC so that they will give them 10,000 naira. So I rejected it. So we are the masses, so we know what is happening.
Okay.
So and then even the opposition party have made this allegation in the past, and they denied it. But we the masses, we know what is happening. We know what when they approach us there that we should bring this, and that we know that it happens.
For 10,000 naira.
Okay, well, if you said that, well, I wouldn't want to, but I want to say, do not sell your PVC for anything. Exactly. Do not sell your PVC for anything. Go out there and vote that very day.
I have to vote my question.
All right. Thank you, Akim, for calling. Yeah, but let's move away from that now and take a look at the state level.
Yes.
You were an aspirant during the primaries.
Yes.
In 2007, you came out, and I think in 2011 you didn't come out,
no.
And then this time you came out as well.
Yes.
And of course, eventually you didn't clinch the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
What experience, what lesson have you learned from that, and why did you really fail to clinch the ticket?
Well, that's a long story, but which we have tried to resolve in-house. You understand? I believe that the inner workings of the primaries was one that was questionable and was faulty, and was not transparent. You understand? However, we have come together to look at the bigger picture and more or less decided to work with the governorship candidate that we have, Mr. Jimmy Agbaji, for him to clinch the seat of governor in Lagos State. I believe there are different things that make up you winning an election or losing an election, or winning a primary or losing a primary. And I believe in all this, I guess he had more advantage than we did.
Okay. Deji, let's quickly take a break now. When we come back, we'll talk more. We've been speaking with Deji Doherty, a former PDP acting national vice chairman, Southwest, and again also was an aspirant during these primaries that took place last year. But unfortunately, he lost out there. We still have him in the studio. When we come back after this commercial break, we'll talk more, interesting issues to talk about here. We'll be back after this time out.
Has it been a difficult task for you to purchase exquisite, classic, durable and sturdy furniture that will last the test of time? Here is good news for you. Purchase high-quality furniture for your household, offices, hotels and schools at Prince Interior Furnishing and Furniture Company Limited. Office address, Goshen Plaza, Showroom 28, Kubo Furniture Market, AYA, Nyanya Road, Abuja. Telephone 0803-119-1444 or 09291-7482. Email princeemeka240@yahoo.com. info@princeinterior.com. Website www.princeinterior.com. Purchase your furniture at Prince Interior Furnishing and Furniture Company Limited. Classic, strong, exquisite.
Glad to have you back now. It's still called Digest Extra, and we're talking about election matter here. Just 2 weeks to go to the presidential election, and April 11 is also fast approaching. We're talking issues around the election, and Deji Doherty is still with me in the studio, a former anti-national vice chairman at Southwest PDP. Well, thank you for still being here in the studio. But we're talking about why did you lost out in that, and then you explain how the whole process went. But now that you now produce a candidate in the person of Jimmy Agbaje, how confident are you that the PDP will win in the coming governorship election?
Well, if you asked me this question maybe about 3 months ago, I would have my reservations. You understand? But a lot has happened, both on the national and on the state level. A lot has happened to show that PDP is on ground, to show that PDP has finally got itself together, to show that PDP is moving, to show that PDP is has consolidated itself to win this election. I can give you examples, you understand. For instance, our candidate, Jimmy Agbaje, has been to all the local governments, the 20 local governments, and the 36 LCDAs in the state. He has been to all the markets, and all the market women are very much against APC because of all the taxes they charge them on their shops and even on the road. The woman selling tomato on the road is being charged by the local government. You understand? So you have Jimmy Agbaje visiting all the trade unions. I was over at one of the trade unions meetings, town hall meetings, whereby all of them, 46 of them, were claiming that they were not even being recognized by the state. They were asking for, things like leave allowance. You understand? Which should have been, which they said Ambode had already, was the one that even cancelled it from the civil service. You understand? So there is a lot of passion. You understand? Look at his bold ideas on education. Look at his bold ideas on transportation. Look at his bold ideas in terms of human development, in terms of women empowerment. You understand? So look at all these things that he is bringing to the forefront. Then top it with the now explosive adverts that Mr. President has asked the ministries to do. Let every minister go and sell or go and present to the people what they have done. Education, the Almajiri schools and everything, the 14 brand new universities by one president in 4 years. Then go to transportation, rail. Look at that very, very closely. Look at the air transport. You understand? During Jonathan's time, you've had little or no issues concerning flights delayed or explosions or accidents. You understand? Look at the issue of health. Look at the hospitals that have been built. Look at the hospitals that have been refurbished. For the first time in Nigeria, you can conduct a kidney transplant. You understand? Look at the economy. You understand? Look at the GDP of the country. It has grown. Look at foreign investments coming into Nigeria. But we are not there yet. You understand? Because look at power. Power is about to change. But in power, you have generation, you have transmission, and you have distribution. Level. That's on the national level. You understand? But I can tell you this for a fact, that at the end of the day, we politicians are the ones that are creating enmity between ourselves and the people. And the opposition is doing a lot of that. For instance, why go into different aspects of the economy different aspects of the parastatals, and go in there and create disharmony, like what they're doing with the army. You understand? They're now changing with the army because they see the army is doing well. They are thanking the army and not thanking the commander-in-chief. You understand? You don't do things like that. You understand?
But looking at the intimidating structure of APC in Lagos, and a lot of political observers will say your candidate is sound, but that again cannot get him the necessary or the required votes. Why? Because they say PDP has no structure in Lagos. But looking at the intimidating structure of APC, do you think your candidate, Jimmy Agbaje, will come out?
Let me tell you something. When you talk about structure, it has gone past that. This is 16 years of an APC government that has not given Lagosians what they really want. You understand? This is a state whereby you've been taking 40 or close to 40 billion naira a month, and you cannot see a reciprocal advancement in the people. Lagos State has close to 20 million people. Lagos State is has the highest number of unemployed young people. Lagos State has the highest poverty-stricken people. You understand? So at the end of the day, remember that the federal government is there, the state government is there, the local government is there. You understand? The state government and the local government are the ones that should empower its people.
All right.
The federal government does something. It gives you allocation every month. You understand? You also generate every month. This put together, you have a number of people in your state, and those number of people in your state are supposed to be catered for. So tell me, what is it again that the federal government is supposed to do that is not doing? You understand? It's giving you the money, it's giving you the support. It gave you 200 million naira during the Ebola crisis. It also has guaranteed, Jonathan guaranteed for Lagos State $600 million for the development of Lagos State. Jonathan guaranteed again for Lagos State almost $100 million for education.
But with that again, but with that guarantee, the success of your candidate, Jimmy Agbaje, coming out to win the 2015 governorship election.
Look, listen, those that are voting, the youth, the market women, the civil servants, the unemployed graduates, you understand? The poverty-stricken people from Morocco, Oshodi, Igodo, Alimosho, Ifakojaye, Mushi. These people have not seen development. These are the people that are going to vote. Please, do you need a structure to tell them that they should vote PDP? They are going to vote their conscience. They are going to vote against what they do not want. You understand? What APC needs to do is show us. You don't see anything that APC is showing us that we have done. Show us the schools. Show us the hospitals that they have built. Let them show us the new roads they have done. The new roads that they have done, the refurbished roads that they have done, all have toll gates. Do you understand? So do you want to tell me that the whole of Lekki is going to vote APC?
Okay, let's quickly pick up this call. We'll come to talk about some of these issues more. Hello, good morning. This is called Yes Extra.
My name is Felix. I'm calling from Ayoboy, Panja.
Okay, Felix, go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, I first want to commend what you guys are doing there. Now, I want to refute one or two things that the gentleman was saying. Number one, I've stayed on Igodo Sharing Road. There is a lot of development going on there. Two, if you take from Mashallah about down to Ayobo, I stay on that I use that same road too, and there's a lot of development going on. That is two. Three,
okay.
Talk about railway. Now, I want you guys to do an investigative journalism there. Ask people that use the rail, taken from Ijoko, from Songo down to Ido. Now, one thing, how many coaches do they have? How much do they spend from Ijoko down to Ido? As in, I'm asking the gentleman now, how much do they pay? How many of the coaches do they have? What type of coaches do they have? Now, one has 80. I can authoritatively tell you this because I have some of my staff that use that same rail every day. They spend like 750 go to and so that is like 1,500. You can do an investigation on this. I want to ask, I think somebody should come from that area. I don't say that, but I know somebody that uses that rail every day. That is true. Now, he talks about insurgency. Now, I want to ask a question. During, what is it, the first and the next president, Umaru, how long did it take Umaru Yar'Adua to take care of Niger Delta insurgency? How long did it take him? And how long did it take, what do you call it? Our present president, how long did it take him to take off, the insurgency?
Okay.
I spent like 6 years.
Okay. So these are some of your questions. Okay, thank you very much for calling. You want to quickly react to that?
Let's take the last one first, and then the first one last. The last thing concerning insurgency. Please, the insurgency and terrorism are the same. Emancipation of rights to God-given wealth is different. The Niger Delta was emancipation of God-given wealth. They wanted part of it, which is the oil the entire nation has been using to develop itself, especially the north, especially Abuja, especially we in the southwest, especially those in the south-south and southeast. So if they are clamoring for recognition, which they shouldn't be in the first place, you understand? And Umaru Yar'Adua is able to sit down, think about it with his other members of his cabinet and decide that amnesty to those people's fighting, because they were fighting for something. Insurgency, they are fighting that you shouldn't be educated. So you cannot match the two. That's number one. Number two is that if you have Ayobo, you live in Ayobo, you are lucky that you have your own street being tarred. Maybe you are an APC member, maybe you are not. But at the end of the day, it is out of people like us clamoring for the development of Ayobo and the development of Igodo, which was which was bad for several years before they might have started coming to fix it. It is because people like us have shouted and used Ayobo and Igodo as an example. And that is why you are seeing things that are close to development there. But if you look at the roads you are talking about, there is no drainage. So during the raining season, maybe your own part might not be waterlogged, but you see the whole of that same Ayobo waterlogged with a lot of this thing. Now, if you're talking about the rail is the whole of Nigeria. The rail is not just Ido to Igodo. That is not the rail. You understand? You have the rail in the entire country. And if you have 8 coaches, believe me, you understand, those 8 coaches can get to 16 coaches. But everybody in Nigeria needs to be taken care of. And if you are taken care of first, I think you should commend Goodluck Jonathan.
Okay, let's quickly pick up this call. Hello, good morning. This is called Digest Extra.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Where are you calling from? Tell us your name first.
I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
You're calling from Port Harcourt. Okay, what's the name, please?
I want to talk my message. Hello.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name first. Daniel. Okay, Daniel, go ahead.
I want to explain what is happening. My name is Kudiaga.
Please, could you speak up?
I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Yes, please, could you speak up?
Well, we are there speaking about the I'm talking about the Jonathan.
Hello, could you speak up? Hello?
Hello?
I guess we have to let him go there. But let's move away quickly from Lagos State now. Your confidence that your candidate, Jimmy Agbaje, will win in the governorship, and that has been, set. But then let's move away from that. A lot of people believe that the nomination or confirmation of, Abanikoro as minister the second time again, it was as a result of PDP's, handwork and the pressure from the higher. What's your take on that? Because a lot of people, even APC in the opposition, they are not quite cool with that, citing reasons that he had cases hanging on his neck.
No, he doesn't have cases hanging on his neck. I don't know why they say he has cases. Abanikoro is like a brother to me. You understand? And I believe that what is fair. You understand? Abanikoro's confirmation is a confirmation of the Southwest nominating him for minister. It's not a Lagos State slot. If it was a Lagos State slot, then the attack by Remi Tinubu and the other APC senators would have been justified to a certain extent. But they don't know that Abanikoro's nomination is a Southwest nomination and not a Lagos State nomination. That's number one. Number two is that has Abanikoro been convicted of anything? No, he hasn't. So my own long and short response to this is very simple. It was all politics being played out. You understand? You see, if you have an opposition that has decorum, if you have an opposition that has decorum, if you have an opposition that thinks about the people first, before themselves, then you won't have something like that happening, because Abanikoro also came from their camp. You understand?
This issue has really generated a lot of reactions, and the Call TV News has stormed the street to try to get some, people's opinion and what they, think about this. I think we need to take a listen to this, what people are saying about his nomination. Maybe we should just take a listen.
About this issue is that the Senate are not fair. They have to do a proper screening. Since there is a court case against Abanikoro, they have to verify everything before they should appoint. Because somebody that you want to appoint as a minister should be somebody that has a clean record. Since he has an allegation of a rigged election, that is a big allegation. They should have allowed the court to verify everything, and the investigation should be fair and fair before they should appoint him as a minister.
Mr. Abanikoro, this is you are right, because of the democracy is playing the politics. He said Abanikoro, you have the problem of the equities. I get him. Say Abanikoro, yesterday when you appointed is the Minister of the State of Defense. Gani Solomo and Remi Tinubu and Asafa. These three senators under ABC is not support Abanikoro has come to as a minister. Are you getting me? But these people of the majority of the House Assembly, they say Abanikoro is a capable, it's confirmation. Are you getting me? Because of the politics of the Lagos State is the APC, it's not the PDP.
It involves Abanikoro. Nobody owns Nigeria in the first place. Even the APC senators that are rejecting Abanikoro, I listen to them, they are not even worthy to be a senator. So Abanikoro is in Nigeria, and if Nigeria wants him, if he was locally to be there, let him be there.
It's only in Nigeria that this kind of a thing can happen. The first thing is, I don't know who asked Abanikoro to resign after 2 months. And by the time he resigns and loses the primaries, which he accused the PDP of manipulating it. Now they went and begged him, and he agreed with them, and they promised to give him back his position so that he will use it. From all I know, from the all indication, the reason of taking the Banikoro there is to use him and manipulate in election just the way he did in Ekiti. But we are watching. As far as I'm concerned, Banikoro is out, and he's not supposed to be there.
Well, there you have viewers' comments there, or let me say opinions from the streets there. But do you have anything to say about
Well,
that?
you see, propaganda is something, you know, it's quite unfortunate that we have a propagandist opposition. An expert. They're experts. I'll give it to them. They're experts in propaganda. They're experts in reading the society, what you want to see, how you want to see it. But we have moved above that level. You understand? Look at the gentleman there. He said that Obanikoro's confirmation was a confirmation by the entire country.
Okay.
Do you understand? And declined by a few from
Different
Lagos.
views.
Do you understand?
Different opinions.
So,
All right.
different opinions. Another person there said that he categorically said Obanikoro went to rig in Ekiti. In Ekiti, there are only about 700,000 voters. In Ekiti, why would you get there and tell us that it was rigging when you know what Fayose had done on ground? And remember, Fayose was a former sitting governor that was removed illegally. And you know the story. So when you are looking at Ekiti, the grassroots of Ekiti wanted Fayose. You understand? Not to say that some people did not want Fayemi. Do you get my point? But at the end of the day, who walked down to the grassroots? Who came down to their level? It was Fayose. So why are people saying that he rigged the election? Those that wanted to rig the election, that were stopped from rigging the election, were those that wanted to leave Edo with cash to come and spend in Ekiti, or those that were leaving Port Harcourt with cash on the private jet that were stopped in Akure from discharging the money into Ekiti. Those are the people that wanted to rig. Let me give you an example. In Lagos State, we did a council election in Lagos State. 25 of our councillors won this election in Lagos State. You tell me, up till today, how many of them were able to sit? Maybe about 12. They were able to sit. Now, in Lagos State, do the Lagos State people know that PDP won that many seats? Do the councillors, do the people of Lagos know that PDP won close to 18 LCDAs in this state as chairman, and they were not given the opportunity to be on that seat. APC does not like to lose election. Nobody likes to lose election. But at the end of the day, are they fair?
But just to round up this section now, what did you say play out in the coming election? Now you are a very strong member of PDP at the state level and of course at the national level. But at the presidential level and of course the general elections on April 11, what do you see play out?
What I see play out is definitely in the southwest. Mr. President is going to get more than 1/3. So the southwest is going to go for Jonathan. The south-south is going to go for Jonathan. The southeast is going to go for Jonathan. You understand? All fully. You understand? Because you can see what Akpabio has done over there. You can see the airports that Mr. President has built in most of these geopolitical zones. Look at Maiduguri. Look at Jigawa. Jigawa has an international cargo airport. So people have started seeing, even the Boko Haram ridden states have seen Mr. President come over there and drive away the Boko Haram people. So in the northeast, you are going to see a Jonathan come up over there also.
All right, thank you very much. Just to round up this segment now, who is on the line now? Please tell us your name and where you are calling from. You're the last caller for today. Hello? 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 I guess you lost him there.
So let me also say about Lagos State.
Okay.
Lagos State has close to 20 million people. Out of these 20 million people, only 5 million plus have registered to vote. Only 5 million plus registered to vote. Out of the 5 million plus, close to 4 million are with their PVCs. You understand? Out of these 4 million people that are with their PVCs, we expect that only 2-point-something million people are going to go and vote. You understand?
Okay.
I can tell you that what is playing out in Lagos State is a passionate, volatile vote against APC. And that is the reason why, have you ever seen APC advertise the way they've advertised?
So you're confident that the majority of
the Lagos State has already been
vote.
won by Jimmy Agbaje.
Well,
Lagos State has already been won, except they tried to rig, which we are going to definitely stop.
Well, thank you very much, Deji Doherty, a former acting national vice chairman, Southwest PDP, and of course an aspirant of PDP. But maybe, are you coming out in 2019 again?
Let God help us till then and keep us well.
Yeah, thank you for finding out time to join us on Call Digest Extra. We'll take a break now. When we come back, of course, more, will I say, icy on the cake. We'll continue. Be back.
You can now watch Core TV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to Core TV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click Core TV, leave a space, then News. Core TV News, a 24-hour news station.